Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to create this beautiful Flutter animation. We'll be using Custom Painter for drawing these cute little bubbles, and we'll be animating later that we have a dot progress view is currently empty. So you can see this is an empty screen. So let's create a dot view. Dot view. Okay, it will be a stateful widget. And let's hook this view with this dot progress view. All right, so this only a placeholder currently. We'll be modifying this in a while. So okay, let's create a custom painter for painting this dot first. And we need to override two methods for any custom painter we create. So one of them is paint. We'll be painting the UI in this method, and another one will be should repaint. In this method, if we return true, it will repaint every time whenever the build method is called, and if you return false, it will never repaint. So you can do some calculations here and return true or false accordingly. I'll show you what we'll be doing for this painter in a while. Okay, so for for drawing this little bubbles, we need to have a fill color. We'll be taking the fill color as parameter. So let's define that here. Fill color. All right. So just create a constructor for this, and we will also need a painter paint for this one. All right. So okay. Now let's fill this paint with our color. The style will be painting style fill, and the color will be the provided color from the parameter. Okay, now it's time to draw the circle. So in order to draw the circle, we need to find the center of the circle first. So let's find the center. So we already have a size. Let's take the width and divide by 2, and the y will be the same, this time just the height. Later we have a canvas, and canvas has a draw circle method. Draw circle method takes a center and the radius. For the time being, let's put 12, and we need to put our paint here in the color. Okay, and here we can return true or false based on this color. Okay, so if this color does not change, we don't need to repaint every time the build method is called, right? So we can put a condition here to prevent the painter to redraw every time. So let's do that. Color is not altogether color. Okay, alright. So it will only redraw if this color parameter is changed. Alright. So okay, let's hook this up with our view state. We need a custom paint. and the painter will be dot, sorry, dot painter. Okay. Now dot painter requires a color as a parameter, so we'll be putting, let's say, yellow maybe. Okay, this constructor is not a constant constructor. Alright, this should be okay. You see, we have a cute little yellow dot on the screen. So now is the time for animating this. So in order to animate this, we need to have a animation controller, of course. Animation controller, and we will be having an animation, of course. Animation for scaling. So for scaling, it will be double scale animation, and it's time to initialize this animation controller. Animation controller takes a vsync. Vsync will be this, and we need to provide a ticker provider. We can simply do that with single ticker provider mixin. It's built in Flutter, so we can just do that. And another thing we need to do is to provide a duration. So this duration, uh, for, for this animation, I am putting 2 seconds. So this 2 second, by this 2 second, the animation will have one round. Okay, so let's put the second 2. You can change this according to your requirement and your style. It's up to you, it's not something fixed. So we'll be creating a sequence of twins. If you don't know about twins, let me know in the comment. I'll make a separate video about twins. So we'll be using a sequence of twins. Let's name the variable as TweenSequence. Alright, TweenSequence takes a sequence of twin items. Now here comes the interesting part. Let's create the twin first. For twin, we'll be beginning the scaling as one position. One means the original size of our custom paint widget here, the yellow circle here. So, and the end will be 0.5. So we will be reducing the size of our dot by half, and this sequence will run for, let's say, 30% of the animation life cycle. So we need to put another 70%. So later, after this, after the size of our dot gets to half, we'll need to make it bigger again. So now it will be from half to 1.5. Right, so this is a pretty big step, so we'll be putting 40% for 40% time for this twin. So let's create another one. Now it's going to be 1.5 down to 1, and we can put 30 here. So in a total we got 100. That means we properly distributed our weight of the twins. So now it's time to create the scale animation. For scaling animation, we can just add animate here, and we need to provide the controller as a parent here. Alright, okay, so what am I missing? I need to provide a type for the twin. So the type is going to be double because our animation type is double. It should be okay now. Okay. Alright, now we need to start the animation. Yeah, how do we do that? We just make our controller forward for forward, okay, forward from the beginning, and we will be repeating the animation, so I don't want to stop. Okay, so now we have this scale animation as a table. We need to use a scale transition for changing the scaling of this widget. Yeah, scale transition takes a scale parameter and uh, it's animation. So we can just put our scale animation here, and we need to put a size box here. Let's say the size of the whole content will be, say, height 50. It's up to you. You can change this according to your liking. You can make it smaller, you can even make it bigger. Yeah. So we have 50. Should we try to reload again? Let's do a hot restart. Just see how it looks. Okay, so we have our first animation here, only one dot. So let's put some more dots here. We need to make it a row, and row can take 3. Let's say our initial animation had 4, so let's make it 4. And okay, so we have 4 animation playing sequentially, and let's move it to the center. Okay, all right, so we need to make this color dynamic because it's all yellow now. How can we do that? You can just put a color here, color, and we will be taking this color as a parameter here. Okay, so later I will be passing this color through this constructor. Okay, all right, so we need to put the color from here. The first color will be yellow, second color will be red, third one will be green. Let's make it blue, and the fourth one will be purple. Let's see how it looks. Oh, now it looks pretty similar, but the animations are happening all at once. We don't want that. So what we can do is we can put a delay here to start this animation. Yeah. So let's move this animation starting to another function, which will be void start animation, and we can just call this here start animation. Oh, I forgot to dispose the animation controller in our dispose method. Don't forget that. You always have to dispose your animation controller and other disposable resources, right? Okay, so we need to have a duration as delay parameter. Delay color. Okay, so let's do a delay. Now we'll be checking whether we need to have a delay or not. Let's use the future delayed function, and we already have this duration as our parameter. Let's do that, and there is a then method. After this delay, we will just call this piece of code. Okay, should be okay now. Now we need to provide another parameter here, see, which is duration. For the first yellow dot, we don't need to put any duration. We want to start this immediately when this screen is visible. And for the later one, let's say 400 milliseconds. And the third one, I want to start a bit more delay, let's say 800. And the final one, how much is going to be? At 1200, of course. So let's try to reload and see what happens. Let's see. Nice. This animation right here. So that's it. Let me know in the comments if you need more clarification or if you have any more questions. And if you like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more Flutter contents. Also, another thing, if you want to see any more UI or any more animation, please let me know in the comments. Have a nice day. Bye.